Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody there? Happy Sunday, everybody. Just thought I would pop in to see what you're all up to, see if you're all still alive, do a little internet wellness check on yous all. Hello, New Orleans lady. Hello. Good to see you, my love. Good to see you. Because of this sort of higgledy-piggledy schedule I've got going, it's a wee bit sort of hit and miss to see if people are going to turn up. So we're just going to hang out and relax a little. Happy Adele, I swear, as soon as I put that title in the box, I was like, yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Because if you're in if you're in, Australia, New Zealand, that sort of direction, it's already Monday. Sorry about that. But you're talking to us in the past. So, from the future to the past. No, don't be sorry. I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, I'll not do that again. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Because I had a little look around and I was like, oh, well, I think, quite frankly, most of us could get up here and fart on camera and it would still be more entertaining than most of the other things we see. Don't worry, I'm not going to be farting on camera. We're good. We're good. Yes. Adele, New Orleans lady would like you to look up the lottery numbers for tonight for her so that she can go and buy them and then she's going to share the winnings with all of us as a result because that would be super good. I'm going to get 10% as a negotiation fee. And we'll all just live happily ever after. We'll be like Elon Musk, only more monies. It'll be great. Fantastic. Lisa Jones, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Look, Adele, now that we've got our cunning system to riches has come to fruition, this is what we've been waiting for this whole time. So you are now our inside woman in the future, and you're going to be able to tell us all the things. Yes, you need to give Lisa Jones a cut as well so that we can keep her in chicken outfits and an assortment of weird sexual equipment that she doesn't allow me to talk about on the internet. She's going to kill me for saying that. So what have you all been doing on your Sunday, Monday, happy days, whatever day it is today for you? What have you all been doing? Adele, toast sounds pretty awesome. There's very little that cannot be solved in life without a piece of toast. It's just one of those staple things in life, especially when you're poorly. Toast is just amazing. Oh my goodness. Look, you're all going to have me starving. Now we've got toast and bacon. Hello, Superior Dreams. Hello, lovely. How are you doing? Okay, so we need like a pen and paper, and we need to work out the maths on this. New Orleans lady, you may pray that not too many people come into this chat this evening, because if you're on 50% and I get 10%, and then would have to, at least, to make it fair, would have to give it to Adele 10% as well. We're already up to 70%. It could get a bit dicey here in the splitting of the rest of this 30%. It could get a wee bit interesting in here. We could have fights before the hour is up. It could get wild, go wild in the chat. Right, I'm going to put on some tunes in the background, because if you've ever lurked with me for a little bit on my own, you'll know that I tend to get a little bit weirded out when all I can hear is my own voice. So it's just a random little selection of background tunes. So let me know if you can hear it. Let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, or like Goldilocks in the Three Bears, if it's just right. You're only taking who's in the chat now. That's it. New Orleans City. Okay, so nobody else is allowed to discuss this. So only people that re-watch this live will be aware of our cunning plan after this. I say, I like this. This is a good idea. See, this is why my criminal endeavors would never have taken off. I would be running around recruiting people here, there, and everywhere, when you would be like, no way. Shut the F up. You're going to get arrested before we've even done anything. Which would be true. That would be how that would go. That's why I just never bothered. It's not because I'm too clever or not clever enough. I was just like, yeah, no, that's not going to work out for me, that plan. It's just not. How about use your idea, make it mine? No, listen, Adele. Look. You can't just cut me out of the plan here. You may live in the future and all, but I just will not accept it. I don't know, what's neither here nor there. You just need to give me enough time to think up something devious. May take a decade or so, but we'll get there. So, let me see, everybody. Toast and bacon. What have you all been up to on the YouTube streets? Also, is the stream lagging, or is it just my cell phone lagging, or my brain? Which one of... There you go, there's your questions. Is it the stream? Is it lagging for you guys and then having to buffer every now and again? Or is it just my cell phone that is buffering every now and again? Or is it just me? My head? It is buffering, Lisa? God darn it. Right. See, it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be, but that doesn't mean anything. Right, we'll just keep a wee eye and see if that happens again. Until that happy moment, what do you mean now is it's going to get weird with we? Look. Whether you guys have been here for 5 minutes or 5 years of listening to me talk, it's always going to get weird, no matter what we're talking about. It's just always going to get weird. These are things you have to accept in life. There's no point in trying to fight it. You just accept it, move along, be happy with it, because there's worse things we could be doing, right? You never know. It could be a good kind of weird. It could get interesting weird. There could be animals involved. We could go and join the circus. Who knows? It could be a whole selection of things. You just never know what life is about to hold for us all. And in fact, that reminds me of something else, but we'll get there. Hello, Susan. Hello. Or as we say around these parts, hello. Right, Adele, that's the Gaming Commission and the CDC that are already spying on everything that we're doing, because I've already screwed it up. Not my responsibility, yo. Not my responsibility. Look. No, we're not talking about bad weird. We're talking about funny weird, not bad weird. We'll save that. The bad weird we'll save for certain people like, Andrew Hiltz and that kind of oddball selection of the internets. We leave them to that. Well, hopefully rapidly pursued by law enforcement. But for the rest of us, no, we just take the funny weird. Right, and that was the mention of the Andrew person rather than the animals. Lisa, look, we can't have everything. Considering whenever I look around these YouTube streets, we see a whole lot. Whole lot. You guys have, even if you haven't seen it, you just gotta trust me. That could be an awful lot worse than just that. It could be. Could be. Now, as you will notice, the tiny Africans are not here because power is non-existent at the moment for them. So I think for the foreseeable future, it'll be if we see them, we see them, and if we don't, we don't. But as far as I know for this evening, we won't. So if we were ever going to wreck their channel, take over, rearrange all the furniture in the chat, you name it, if we're going to do that, now's the time. Because they're not here to do anything about it. Love that New Orleans lady is just having a wee dance. We're just living our best life. It makes it easier to listen to than just listening for whatever random nonsense is going to dribble out of my mouth next, Some tunes in the background. Makes life way more tolerable. Lisa Jones, is that set of emojis your reaction to Andrew Hiltz? Is that how that goes? Is that you just become totes emotion? Oh yes, I forgot about the baby kittens. How are they all getting on? Lisa has some little kittens. Loves Andrew. He's her favorite. Is it buffering again? Has it stopped buffering? Stupid stream has really upset me. I don't know why it's doing that. Because according to the internet, I should be connected to everything. But again, what do I know? Buffers every time I talk about you, Lisa Jones. Likely story. Very much a likely story. I think it's all a cunning plan. Oh, how much longer do you have to go, Adele? You said you've been there for a little while already. So how much longer do you have to wait to go and collect the little cat babies? I call them babies, but you know what I mean. While we're doing this, I'm just going to do my best Lisa Jones impression. And if you could all take a little second and hit the handy dandy thumbs up button in order to keep Griffey and Stella happy. See, if you hit the thumbs up button, that way they will never know that I'm on here creating havoc. They'll just look at the little thumbs up. They'll think, oh, God love her, we must be doing a great job. And they will rest easy. Whereas without the thumbs up, they would be all concerned. 8 more days. Oh, not long. Not long to go now. And they'll be very happy to see you whenever you do get them. I'm sure they're content. The border customs and stuff, the animal welfare places are usually pretty good at taking care of people and their animals. For that reason, usually. Oh, see, that's really good, Adele. That stops you from fretting. It gives you a little bit of peace of mind. My 2 dogs would have a whale of the time. They would be sending me pictures of those 2 little monkeys just living their best life. They would be sitting with like poppers and a glass of champagne one day. The next day they'd be beside a beach getting a little massage. And I'd be sitting at home breaking my heart over them. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of that going on as well. They're having a whole interesting life for the next week until you go and get them. They're doing loads of fun shit. They're going out to, stripper bars. They're going gambling. Doing all the things. All of the things. I've always had a lot of dogs. At the moment, these two dogs are both wee rescues. I have a Jack Russell, who is about 6 years old. He's hilarious. He's definitely the brains of the bunch. He is all personality. Very funny wee dog, but a very kind wee dog too. He's very good at picking up on whether you don't feel very well, or if you're anxious or something. He just wants to hang out and get treats the odd time and just know that you're there. The other wee one is, like I said, also a rescue too. He's a little Yorkshire Terrier. When I got him, he had a tumor on his spine, but because of where it was, they couldn't operate on it because it was just in too much of an awkward position. So the choice at that time was to either try and operate and hope for the best, or to try and shrink the tumor and to be able to see if we could manage it afterwards, depending on if he was mobile and stuff. And thankfully, he's done okay. Little dog is happy enough most of the time, just playing with his toys and living his best life. The rest of the time, he sits and grumbles like a wee old man if somebody's making noise outside, or if you don't bring him enough toys to open your own shop on a constant basis. You have to make a constant little sacrifice of toys for the dog. You have to bring him more things. There's never enough things. He always wants more of the things. And he's the opposite. He's just not the smartest. Not the smartest at all. God love him. He has the brain power of a cabbage. But he's hilarious. Both of them, though, can wrap you around their wee paws. Little brats. Right? Adopted pets are very special because you just realize they haven't had the best either start in life, or someone has made some unfortunate decisions for whatever reason. So all you can do is love on the wee brats. That's why I found it funny recently when someone had started calling me a dog. I was like, well, look, if I can come back as my own dogs, I will have a very good life. I will basically have my own house. I will be able to dominate an entire house. I will get meals made for me. I can play outside, do all the things. What is there not to love about that? Hence the reason why you've got wee frosty Ewok poo as a dog poo on the screen. I just embraced it. somebody's going to call me a dog, and it was like, I've been called worse. By better. It'll be all right. It's adorable. Adorable and all, like, but yeah, no, we're not doing that. Six bunnies? Oh my goodness. We now need to get you bunny outfits as well, Lisa. We just turn Griffey's merch store into a range of animal clothing. I think that would be awesome. You could do so many funny things. It'd be great. So let's see, what is there on the YouTube streets to have a general little chit chat about? What would you guys like to talk about? Anything in particular? Any little burning moments in your soul that you want to have a conversation about? Apart from next week's lottery numbers, as we said. You're probably all too busy eating toast and bacon and playing with tiny animals. Perps and ass. Well, look, that's every day of the week, Lisa. Narrow it down. That's like saying day comes after night. Come on now. Might need to narrow it. Need to narrow it down a wee bit. God love her. Look, I think most of us were taught to be charitable to the less fortunate in life. I think that's probably the best way to leave that one for today. Yeah. Can't do much about it, really. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Miss Tiffany Marie is having a whole conversation over on her channel, include buffering. You see, I can see it buffering on the phone. It's not buffering on the computer. There's nothing to show me it buffering on the computer. Just a little circle appears on the phone. That's really annoying. Oh yeah, Lisa, we'll just save that. Save that. Just don't bite. But Tiffany Marie was having this whole conversation with Jodie Sue and Chasing Truth, and then Scott H pops up on the panel. And yet the proposal of that stream is that to resolve some of the, I'm trying not to use all the naughty words right now, but to resolve some of the craziness that goes on the YouTubes, 2 years later into Summer's case. And needless to say, that the very people, apart from Chasing Truth, I like her better than most. I trust her better than most. We may have difference of opinions on how that case will go, but she at least has logic and a desire for information that most other people do not show around here. It makes me sad that she gets attacked by these numpties on a constant basis, really. But fair play to her for trying to resolve things where possible. Whereas you know me, I would be just like, yeah, nah, not going over there. Nah, I'm fine. I've got grass to watch grow instead. I've painted a picture just to watch it dry rather than have a conversation with you people. I didn't watch that stream yet, Superior Dreams. I've heard several people mention about it. Some, again, like all things, a wee mixture of opinions, some good, some bad, some all of the things. So I'm definitely going to have to go and watch now to see what was said. And maybe it was just my misunderstanding that I hadn't took up all of the details, which is probably the case. But I had thought that Dudley was in jail. Obviously not if he's on live stream having a conversation with Cher and Killer Looks. Yeah, I'll have to go and look for it because Killer Looks has a very different viewpoint that he brings, and he listens to an awful lot of stuff. That's what it takes in order to be able to collate all of the information. You need to be able to take it all in, not just the people you want to hear. You need to be able to absorb everything. He does all of that very, very well. I'm sure a conversation between him and Dudley would be interesting. Now, would it get us any further to finding Summer? Who knows? But it would be an interesting conversation nonetheless. Oh, Lisa, there's been a whole lot on these crazy streets. There's always, it feels like there's a constant competition to see how deranged can some people be. Can't have a normal conversation, can't hang out, will have to be always clawing the eyeballs out of somebody instead. Which seems like a lot of effort to me. Hello, Eliza. Hello. Good to see you, my lovely. We're not really doing it. We're just sort of chit-chatting. Goldjarks had a stream yesterday about Summer's case as well. That covers a lot of things as well. I'm glad that people haven't forgotten about her. And I'm glad that there's a whole lot of people that really do care about this little girl. After all, that's the reason that most of us got to meet each other. And every time I feel like I get to a point of hope in that the community might be able to push forward with something useful, then you just take a look around elsewhere and you realize, oh God, that's not going to happen. Because yes, people like farm lady, garden lady, etc., etc., saying all of the terrible things, doing all of the weird things. It's just unfortunate. And it's honestly not going to be till after summer is found that we're actually able to make a positive change on how we move forward, sadly. Doesn't mean we don't have to try, though. We can always keep trying. Because even if it's only a little bit, even if it's only doing a little bit better than yesterday, that's still worth it. But it's hard work because we are fighting a tide of craziness. Hello, Mystery Sky. Unfortunately, the tiny South Africans are being held hostage by their lack of power. So you're stuck with me for now. But I'm very grateful that you're here, and they'll be grateful that you're here too. And is this true? There's been a whole lot of people saying that Dawn and Candace are trying to make a bid for escape, freedom, trying to run away. Do any of you ladies see anything to back that up other than they may not be living on Ben Hill? I'm not quite sure why anyone would think they would be able to just run off, especially if they don't have money, but I see people saying this and it makes me a wee bit concerned for a whole lot of reasons. Right, Eliza, we can keep trying, but most importantly, we can continue to spread awareness and education in hopes of preventing another child from going missing. On that note, that is exactly what part of the vigil on Summer's Day was for, that was being held. Because obviously there were 3 separate groups that were having a sort of day of memorial for Summer, for all the reasons, for the community, for her family, and as well as to hopefully encourage any information in coming forward. But you had the Bullhorn Betty and Dolly side of things, which was more based towards the YouTube situation. You then had members of Summer's church and family friends who had a more of a private gathering, most of which was not recorded for YouTube purposes. It was meant to be more of a spiritual affair, not necessarily religious, but spiritual. And then there was a group of people mostly from YouTube, who had organised what they had termed as Summer's Day in conjunction with members of the local town and commerce, trying to do just that, to be able to raise awareness for children, to be able to hand out the little FBI and TBI leaflets of fingerprinting your child, and keeping a little DNA sample, a little hair sample, little nail clippings, um, information on how to you know maintain basic safety, but as well as that nice uplifting, encouraging things to share with the community. Lots of people have spoken very badly, saying, oh, there was dancing and oh, there was a barbecue. What they forget to tell a lot of people is that there were quite a lot of children there. That was the whole point. That it would be a gentle, informative way to be able to share such a discussion with a child, because nobody really wants to have, we've all had to do it. If you're a parent, grandparent, auntie, uncle, whatever, nobody wants to have those conversations. They're hard because you're trying to share enough information with them but not terrify them, trying to keep them safe but not break them completely, because they have to be able to trust some people sometimes. And it's just more about awareness, education, community building, and remembering summer. And to see all that turned around into something that it wasn't, and people again now going off into, because we're hitting that time of year, we're about to hit round 2 of Summer's Day. It's sad to see people twist it into something that it's not, which sort of ties into my mention of Tiffany Marie earlier. Didn't escape any irony with me that she has been missing for a wee while, and here she is back on the scene just in time for the build-up to the anniversary of Summer going missing again. There's so much that could be said there, but I don't want it to come out of spite today. I want it to be out of consideration. I just hope that people get to see it sooner rather than later, because there are important things we all need to learn. So yeah, it's sad to me when people can turn a bit of dancing and trying to make an easy family day and then into, transform it from being a dry educational event into something that's more enjoyable, where those life skills will be more beneficial. But to see people twist that into being something that it was not is just sad to me. Superior dreams, that would be nice, and that has been tried so many times. I don't know whether, and now I'm just having to join the dots a wee bit there. Awareness and the other children that are missing. It's not all about Dawn Candace drama. Yeah, no, right, I'm joining the dots a wee bit. Like you say, I think things are different from most of us in the way that we grew up, whether you grew up in the town or in the countryside. It may have been easier when we were growing up to have slightly smaller communities to be able to build upon. Doesn't mean you have to know everybody and everybody know your business, but you would at least have known somewhere local to be able to go and get assistance, or if something had happened, or if there was an accident, because obviously it was pre-mobile phones, pre all the things. And yet now, because there is so much information about all of the terrible things in the world that have always been there, but there's so much information about them that people are terrified to be able to work with one another anymore. Again, just look at how Summer's case has turned out on YouTube. Even with the best of intentions, it just takes one person or a couple of people to have bad intentions and the whole thing goes sideways. So it would be nice if people would be able to learn and to encourage and to bond with their own community a little bit. Handing out flyers for Michael Vaughan, yep. Like, I live quite a long way. way from Fruitland. And I've put out flyers over here. Not for any brownie points on the internet. But you never know, just in the hope that somewhere, somebody might see one. And it might stir a memory. It might help them even hold their child just a little bit closer the next time they go out to the park or the supermarket or whatever it may be. We wish we could stop all of these things. That would be a nice idea. But until we can get to that point, it's the little things that make a difference, right? Heck, even my 2 dogs have those little, the little AirTag things on them. So you can track them in case they get lost or stolen or something, a little bit like the way you can track your phone. Now, having said that, my 2 dogs have never been out of my sight. Or at least somebody I trust explicitly. In the few times that I have not had them, but they've never been out of my sight where I would need to use the AirTags to find them or whatever. But that's not the important part. The important part is knowing that they're there. It's a little backup that just in case, just on the off chance, it's like a little security blanket. My dogs are chipped. They have little identification tags. They're like tiny little pimps walking the street. They have so much jewelry going on, but like, my dogs have swag, yo. Right, Eliza. They do deserve to have the attention and have their cases solved. It reminds me of something else. I'm going to see if I can find that to put that in the chat. Because people ask a lot, who would you recommend to watch on YouTube? And sadly, who I would recommend would probably not be for everybody for everything, because certain people are better at certain things. It's the same with life. It would be like asking me to give you a very, very short description of something. No, chances are I'm going to give you all. If you ask me to tell you something, I'm going to tell you all of the details. All of the pertinent points, not the points you think you need to know. I'm going to tell you all of the points. Because then you know them all. Then you can make your decision after that rather than on part of the story. Now, needless to say, that's not for everybody. That's just how my brain works. And after all, some people translate that into me being a dog. So there's that as well. So, I'm going to drop you some linky links in the chat. Well, she says that, and now she can't find the link she was looking for. That's annoying. Might be easier to do it this way. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. No. One channel that I can 100% recommend with their true crime coverage is a channel called Web Sleuths. Right, the lady that runs Web Sleuths, Trisha Griffiths, has been around the interwebs for a long time. She worked in radio for a long time. But she's also had a forum to assist with true crime and investigations, missing investigations for a long time. I think I've been a member there, over a decade or so. And she is one of the very few who I could guarantee I could send anyone to ask for the details on a story, and she will give it to you. There'll be no spicy opinions, no he said, she said, no 87 part revelation into what they had for breakfast that day. But she is a class act. The other thing that she has is, she has a sense of humor as well, and we all know that goes very far with me all the time because there's so many sad things in life. If you don't laugh sometimes, even in conjunction with the sad things, not laughing at it, but around it, you need to be able to break the tension. One of the things she also has is the ability to apologize when she makes a mistake. The ability to realize that she has trusted people that she should not have if she had had further information, or that maybe she gave people a little bit too much leeway to speak whenever she should have checked into what they were saying. I love her for that. Because we see it all too often where channels will have somebody that they claim is a specialist either in a case or in a chosen body of work. And it's very obvious that the person interviewing them or having conversation with them doesn't understand really the details of what is being shared, but then will defend this person as being either a professional or a very knowledgeable. I put two words into each other. God, I'm turning into purple. Dear, help us all. Professional or knowledgeable person, when really they aren't. Now that can lead to a whole raft of problems. Patricia is one of those people that she usually does a vast amount of research on a person before she would credit them with being able to speak unfettered. And the times where she has become aware of a problem, she's never too ashamed to apologize. Never. And that, to me, that is a beautiful thing. And the last thing is that she always keeps the victim at the center of their case. Not the victims presenting their story. Not a famous person who's decided to take it under their wing. But the victim. She's just a very classy lady. So if you're not already subbed up to Web Sleuths, please do. Even if you can only catch her on the replay the next day, there is always something you will learn. Unlike a few of these other people on the internet, Tiffany Marie, excuse me. Tiffany Marie isn't the first place I heard about Summer's case. It was on Trisha's channel. It was on Web Sleuths. That's where I heard about Summer's case. And she has covered it intermittently throughout, but she doesn't milk the case. She doesn't talk about it day in, day out. She doesn't stalk people and hunt them down. She's not going to protest outside anybody's front door. She's not making their job difficult. She just has a conversation. And she also encourages her chat to have conversations. So yeah, if you're not already sub to her, please go and do so. Watch her videos. It's a little bit like this channel because it's a smaller one. They need all the views they can get. So even if you can't afford to become a member, a paying member on Web Sleuths, either if you are a user of web forums, go and sign up to the Web Sleuths forum and read about the vast amount of cases that there are. It would blow your mind. Entirely, it would blow your mind. If you can, go and watch the streams, go and watch the replays, leave a comment, leave a little thumbs up. All of those things matter a great deal. Those are the kind of people we should be supporting in our community, not whoever can have whoever's daughter on to have a slanging match with a creator. It should be the people with actual compassion, actual morals, and enough love for the victim to try not to screw up what's left of their memory and their case. And she's usually pretty funny too. You usually get some funny little pictures on her community posts as well. Makes me laugh. She makes me laugh. She makes me laugh a lot. Very self-deprecating lady. Lisa, don't lie. I know that Tuffers is your favorite. I'm gonna get Griffey to make you a "I'm her number one fan" T-shirt. Hmm. It'll have a little Duncan's cup on one side and a little donut on the other side. That'll just be your favorite shirt. You'll wear it everywhere. God forgive me. But don't get me wrong. Look, true crime sector on the internet is massive. On YouTube, it's a little bit smaller compared to a lot of other things, but it's still there. But there are two very distinct little groups. There's the live section, and then there's the pre-recorded section. The live section is always different because the people that you have in your chat and what they think the rules of the conversation are will change the outcome of that entire stream. What I mean by that is if you have like Joe Blogs who goes into any chat and just wants to ask about somebody's boobies, that's all you're going to talk about is boobies at some point, whether you want to talk about them or not. Trish is a bit better at keeping things on point than I see a lot of other people doing. And I appreciate it because you're able to get through a whole lot of cases. Because Summer's not the only person that's missing. It doesn't mean that she's any less important. She's still important. Lots of other people are important also. We have to be able to do something to help them. Yep, Plunder is also very good. She does more in the pre-record section. And then, let's see. Grizzly, True Crime. Trying to think of ones that I think you guys would enjoy, more or less. Because I see a lot of people watching the same old silly shit over and over and over again, and then getting frustrated that, guess what? It's the same old silly shit every day. If you keep going back for more of what you had yesterday, they have no reason to change it. They have no reason to do better. They have no reason to improve. No reason to give you any information. Why would they bother when they can do the bare minimum? Why bother? Why have they changed the... I hate it when YouTube changes things. They have changed the interface on the computer so that whenever you click a lot, not all, but a lot of the about sections, it no longer gives you their little linky link. There we go. had to do that in the weirdest way possible, but then it is me, so as well as the computer being weird, YouTube being weird, and you've got me stuck in the middle of it all, sharing stuff. So let's see, that would be Grizzly True Crime. And as you'll be able to tell if you haven't heard Griselda speak before, she is also a nice little South African lady. Very knowledgeable lady. With, again, a great passion for cases. A great passion for wanting to learn the facts. She will allow some discussion on what might be the background, but again, she's another person that won't entertain an 84-part discussion on what they had for breakfast that morning. You know, she tends not to rip the arse out of it, and I love her for that. Amanda. You should just say hello. You should. Never be... Look, there's no... I was about to say never be too shy to say hello, but that would be incorrect. Because then I would be lying to you about how I behave. Because I can be very shy. I know that most of you even think, well, no, you're a mouthy cow. We have heard you ramble on for hours on end. You never shut up. How can you be shy? Well, I am shy. And sometimes it does take me a wee bit. So I'm usually very choosy until I get to know people. But as far as having a general conversation, I would say there is nothing to be concerned about. If you want to go and join in, go and join in. You'll soon find out whether you have found your people or not, whether you have found your section of the internet or not. Again, the one caveat I would have is that please keep your personal information personal. Do not share out your mobile telephone number, your home address to people that you've only known for 2 minutes, where you work, pictures of your kids, all that stuff. Keep all that stuff on lock. If you haven't already made your Facebook profile private, if you have one, do that today. People are weird, yo. So just don't give them the easy way to make your life any more difficult than it has to be. Because some people are crazy. Michelle Walks is also very good, yes. I love her. I love the 2 dogs. Like, I think most of you can tell by now that even when I moved to this area that I lived here, I managed to meet probably most people in the area within a couple of weeks, not because I'm terribly outgoing per se, but I love their dogs. So if I see a dog, I'm always that person who has to go and pet. I want to pet the dog. I've got a treat for the dog. Even when I'm out somewhere all dressed up and tidy and everything, I'll have poo bags. I may not mean to have poo bags with me, but I've got the poo bags. You name it, there's probably a dog toy knocking around somewhere as well. I've got all the things. Some girls go very mushy for babies and animals in general. So whenever I moved here, I got to know everybody really quickly because of all their dogs. I'm like, I love the dogs. There's still some people I couldn't tell you what their names are. but I know their dogs. I know the dog's name, and probably looked after the dog several times. Can I tell you what the human being's name is? Probably not. It's a bit of a problem. Do you want me to tell you a wee story about that, Uncle Amanda Pooh? Well, before I tell you the wee story, tell me this, Uncle Amanda Pooh. How long have you been watching Lip Locked? Do you think? I ask because it'll make a difference to what I'm about to say. It's not a trick question, it's just to find out. Trisha Whistler, hello, lovely, hello. And yes, Lisa Jones, you are chronically shy. Yep, I have also just sprouted wings. Right, this'll make this story then even way more exciting, Uncle Amanda Pooh. Once upon a time, when Summer's Case started, there was a small group of creators. Well, there's always little pockets of creators that gravitate towards each other. And to cut a long story short, Lip Locked and I had ended up in that sort of same circle. Now, she had already become a creator by then. I was not. But we were around in the same little subgroup quite often. I skip forward, and as you know, people are out and about doing the things, and people are doing weird shit. And you don't know they're doing shit, and then something else happens, and then somebody else does something, and before you know it, the whole world is crazy, and that's just one day. Right? To keep this story as short as possible, there was once a situation that had cropped up where Lip Locked was being fed some stories and untrue statements about quite a lot of people, but about the people that I would have respected quite a lot at that time. And as it turns out, they were saying certain things about me too. I didn't even know that till later on. Well, I think most people know that Lip Locked, a bit like myself, you know, she can say a few things. She can be cross, she can be gentle, she can be funny, she can be silly, she can be all the things. But at this particular moment, she was definitely having a cross moment. And I had said something, because she had said something that was a bit distasteful. I'll leave it there, about someone else. And to skip forward another little bit, to cut it short, Lip Locked went the entire fucking way off on me. There was a whole video situation where I was read for filth. It was all very dramatic. Very dramatic. Now, I think most people realise that you see me and Lip Locked still around in these arts and parts at this present time. I have no animosity towards her. I don't know if she does to me, but I very, very much doubt it because we speak cordially. We have respect for a lot of the same people. But that also happens in this sector every now and again, where people are either given the wrong thing or told the wrong thing or led to think a thing. And before you know it, all hell breaks loose, yo. But I have that video of Lip Locked basically tearing me a new arsehole. Or so she thought, but she was doing it nonetheless. It didn't go well. But we're all right now, is the point. So even if somebody does shout at you, even if you do disagree with somebody, that should be as far as it ever goes. It's just words. One thing I can promise you is, unlike a lot of creators we do see, Lip Locked wasn't turning up at my house. Lip Locked wasn't phoning the police. Lip Locked wasn't phoning the CDC. Nor was I, because we're adults. No need to carry on like that. But there was definitely a difference of opinion once upon a time. It happens. People change. They learn things. They move along. Needless to say, I know her opinions have changed since then, as have mine. We all evolve. But it's just one of those funny moments of I'm like, nah, I got my own video. I'm very famous. Look, it was glorious. Glorious. Hello, Lenny. Hello. Hi. Uncle Amanda Pooh. Now, that was part of the reason for me telling you about that. I can't deny that I was a bit upset. Was I annoyed about it? Absolutely. I mean, hello, have you met me? I'm Irish. Get annoyed at myself, never mind anybody else. I also laugh at myself before I'll laugh at anybody else. So it can be complicated. But it had been a whole thing. But just as Eliza will say there, that she didn't know about that. Because she'd be able, I could guarantee you without having this conversation with Eliza, each and every one of the circle jerks would be able to testify in court that I've never ran to them and said, oh, Lip Locked and I never liked each other, and you can't have both of us as mods in the one chat, or you can't have us both here, it has to be her or me. And I'm assuming Lip Locked never did that either. Because we're grown-ups. You can still coexist and learn to be able to get on. That's what happened. So even if somebody does flip out and shout at you, even if they laugh at you, even if you screw things up entirely, that's where it should stay. It's just on the internet. Things change. We all learn in different ways. Right, Eliza? And I mean, and even now I'm not bitching about it. I'm not up here going, oh, Lip Locked, she's a terrible person. It's not that at all. It's just a funny thing that happened. Was she entirely right? No. Was I entirely right? No. I know that. She knows that. We're good. It's when it gets to this stupid stage of just carrying on way too far, then that's when things get real dicey, because you're like, oh please. There should be no need for that shit. So even if you're scared to speak to somebody, I understand. For example, there's another creator whose chat I'm in, Brave and Often at the minute, who's can be a divisive person because she is kind of fierce. It took me nearly 2 years. Nearly 2 effing years to be able to say hello in her chat, because I was so convinced that the second that I would say anything, I would be like flame grilled in the middle of the screen at some point. There would just be barbecued wee for all to share. I was terrified. It hasn't come to that yet, although, I haven't gone to sleep yet. You never know what could happen by tomorrow, but for today it hasn't happened, so I'm good. I'm good. It's all any of us do, right? You have no idea what anybody else is going to do. Sometimes we're the ones that have to say sorry. Sometimes it's the other person who has to say sorry. Sometimes we all just learn from it and move along. Whatever it is. But it should never be that bad. The stuff that is that bad should always be kept off YouTube. If it gets to the point where shit's having to be reported to the police and legal action being taken, don't need to do live streams about it. You need to deal with law enforcement. The rest of it is definitely not for entertainment purposes. None. Yeah, I think we would need to double up your... I'm not going to put your comment on screen, but I think we would need to double up your dose of cranberry juice and give you a little extra glass of water in order to... Because, I can't lie. I can't say I enjoyed it. I did laugh at some parts of it. Did also get kind of freaked out by some parts of it. But we're all good. We're here. We live to see another day. It's all well. All well and good. And again, I've never had to run to anybody and go, oh, this is terrible. Per me. Then there's been other creators too, like little Tiffany Marie, for example. That once you realize, or once I realized that I was in the wrong area of the YouTubes, hanging about over there, I saw myself out by standing up for Scott H at the time, and I still have no shame for it. None. Because I know I did the right thing. Didn't need a pat on the head from Scott. Didn't need to tell Scott about it. Because that's not why I did it. Didn't need any internet brownie points. I knew what Tiffany Marie was going to do the second I would say anything. But I think you can tell that I give zero of the F's and said it anyway because I knew it was right. And I've no shame about it either. But I still pop over there now and again to see what craziness she's coming up with next, because That's why I would always prefer it if I annoy someone, hurt someone's feelings, do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, that somebody would explain to me or take the time to have a conversation with me about it. I may not get it straight away, but let's talk about it rather than behaving like the coffee throwing crazy lady over there. Lacey Jones, don't you go around telling people I yelled at you. God damn it. They'll all want me to shout at them next. Lisa, that's a little bit like Perp and Co. Some of these people, you're better off not engaging in that way, because if they don't block you, they will usually become malicious about it. And again, that's not about anybody acting scared or scared to say something. It's figuring out where is the place that you can and should speak up compared to where you should. If somebody doesn't want to hear what you have to say, there's no point in saying it there. It took me a long while to realize that with certain people. A lot of people tell you they want to hear it, and then the second you have a differing opinion, will chew you out because of it. Time and a place and a location and a method and all of the things, how you communicate it, all of the things. And sometimes one conversation isn't enough. Some YouTube chat makes it really difficult to get your point across, because obviously you're on a very short amount of words to start with. If there's more than 10 or 20 people in the chat's going to be moving, as well as the person doing the streaming and trying to do the things. They're trying to listen to you, but in a room full of people, and that can make it very difficult. I see that happen quite often, where something gets confused or mistaken, and then neither person will make themselves available to resolve it. Before you know it, all hell is broken loose, and we've just dug our way down further. Tiffany Marie loves me, Uncle Amanda Pooh. I am her favourite. If any of you believe that, you will believe anything. Although quite what's happening over there, it doesn't make any sense to me. Today, we had Tiffany Marie, Jodie Sue Brown, Scott H, and then Chasing Truth. But Chasing Truth was there to discuss something slightly different, and then the whole thing went on a completely different tangent, and before you know it, it's become something about somebody else that other people weren't prepared for. It was all crazy. Crazy. Lisa Jones, if you do, you may learn to run quick. I'm not joking whenever I say I think Purple's going to try to become Tiffany Marie 2.0. Some people think she's trying to become Ziggy. I don't. I see Purple as more of Tiffany Marie in some of the very unhealthy ways as well. She would need to learn to do her hair a little bit better, but look, that's a whole different thing. We can't say too much about it. Amanda, we both get flame grilled. She is wild. It amazes me how people are able to understand you perfectly well until they don't like you. And then suddenly, they have no idea what you're saying. And you're like, what? What? Let's face it, if anybody can understand ALP talking, I think the rest of us are in with a chance. We'll be alright. I hope. Now, let me check something else. Please hold. Your review is very important to me. If you haven't already, please take a little second to hit the little thumbs up button. On a totally different, unrelated note, AB, you know, A Balance, that has been around in this community for a long time, has been doing a series of streams talking about things within the community. And when AB does not have someone interrupting, he is one of the funniest dudes. Because he sees things in the same dry, sarcastic, but what are you doing kind of a way that I can do. But AB has been doing this whole little series covering Andrew Hiltz and his observations of old Andrew, who's not that old, but oh my god, he looks like he's had a life and a half. God love him. He's aged well before his years. But AB goes to town and then some, and he still manages to make it funny. So if you haven't watched AB recently, or if anybody needs a little link, tell me and I'll drop you the little link. Because he's able to make Andrew Hiltz funny, Lisa. And not because he's doing anything weird, but because he's able to describe the situation in exactly the way most people would say it. But rather than just get annoyed, he makes it into a whole little soap opera in your head. It's beautiful. Because I couldn't watch Andrew if he paid me on without commentary. That I couldn't. No. The mental capacity for that wouldn't be safe. Whatever device I was watching would be smashed. Oh, right. I'll put the wee linky link in the chat, and then if anybody misses these wee linky links, you can go back and look for them as they pop up. Fuck you, Certified. Hello, Certified. It's good to see ya. Hello. I'm glad to see you, though. I was asking about you the other day. Partly because I'd heard old Perp mention your name. And I was like, where is he? Oh, she must have kicked him already. It amused me. What can I say? They don't They don't enjoy any decent conversation. They struggle. We know this. Oh dear. Let's see. Right. Share. Okie dokie. Okay, that little link is the link for AB's most recent live that covers Andrew Hiltz. Because there was a wee period of a few months ago where I had thought about covering some of Andrew's escapades, but then there were slightly more important things to cover, and as soon as I saw AB start to cover Andrew again, I knew it was fine. I knew everything was under control and just left it as that. So even if you don't normally watch AB, if you see him cover Andrew Hiltz, please make the time to go and watch, because every second of it will be an education. I can promise you that. September, hello, lovely. Certified poo sounds amazing. Did you see it the other night, Certified, when there was like a small invasion of poo into the chat on a certain person's channel? I wasn't expecting it, as I very much doubt that the other person was expecting it either. The difference is I laughed, where the other person got very annoyed. They were very agitated by the multiple poos. So that's why we need everyone to just be a poo. It needs to be a whole thing. Yep, everybody poo. Certified poo, granny poo, you name it, baby poo, all of the things. September poo, even though that's somewhat redundant because everybody knows September is poo, but you know what I mean. She likes talking to herself. What can we say? God love her. She just sits there and talks to herself on stream. Calls herself her friend. Gives herself a wrench so that she can have a mod. Kind of funny. Right, September. You see, whenever you think it through like that, you're like, how do these people think that has worked out for this amount of time? Maybe one stream or two at a push, you could understand that code, but not for several months. It would be somewhat difficult. Again, it's just a little bit like whenever Purple, only a few weeks ago, was trying to tell everybody, oh, I couldn't be somewhere else under my Mean Girls account because I'm up here on live stream. I am here doing the live stream. I couldn't be under another account. 2 days ago, There she is, coming into her own chat, showing her chat that she can join her own chat as Mean Girls, and she was like, yes, and that person could have been anywhere on the YouTubes underneath their second account, because that's how people do it. And I'm like, yeah, we told you that, and you argued with us that you could not. Yet here you are, proving that you can. You utter fucking donut. Sorry, I haven't sworn most of the night, but that one was well deserved. It needed to happen. I'm sorry. Right, you thought soup was poo, but we all know, courtesy of the Ninja Investigation Department, that I am each one of the circle jerks. I simultaneously live in every continent on the planet. So therefore, it doesn't matter who they think it's like 6 degrees of separation. How they get to who these people are. All to deflect away from the fact that some other things were happening once upon a time. There's a reason why I'm not saying that here. Well, you know, we can't give them everything. But yeah. Hee hee. Hee hee. September, the one with there were little bits of I'm trying to say it cryptically on purpose, but with the 3 little Easter egg people. That one. I'll still say that's not poo, you know. Just saying. Just saying. And yep. See, Pooh has been making an amazing few videos. He's making amazing videos, but the past few days they've just been knocking each one out of the park, and they're all totally different, and I'm just so proud of them for it, because you can tell that Pooh has hit that limit that most of us come to of, oh, I see what's happening here. You people are feckin' crazy. Therefore, if you people are feckin' crazy, I might as well say whatever I can here now. I do, September Pooh. If one of you lovely human beings would like to drop Pooh's link in the chat, I know for a fact that everyone that's here is subbed up to Pooh, but by some freak of nature, if one of the little glitter ninjas creeps out of the bush and decides to be very brave and take the link, that would mean that they could go over and watch the video, and that would make them very happy. Be brave, little glitter ninja. The team will thank you for it. Because for once, your research might not be entirely fucked up. Hee hee. I'm glad that you did certified, and thank you. I really appreciate it, my dear. I really do. I miss chasing you around the chat for no other reason than just terroristic activities. because apparently that's who I am, you. But we do miss seeing you around these YouTube streets because you're actually one of the funnier ones, and you have brain cells. Those are both things that we enjoy very much. Please bring them here more often. Thank you. Did you like that wee speech? I should put that on my LinkedIn page. Wee's eulogies. Not quite as entertaining as Soup's eulogies or, you know, as religious as your local cleric. But at least it'll be interesting for a wee minute. Good, certified. We look forward to seeing you more because we have missed you around. And by the way, certified. Fuck you, certified. That comes from all of us. You're welcome. Uncle Amandapu. September. It comes from her training of being two people at once. She is one of the fastest mods ever. Ever. If she is there, by the time you even blink or go to put your little finger beside the keypad or the touchscreen of whatever device, September will have already had it there, and probably 6 other links to go with it. I am very grateful for her. I think a lot of us are. Makes me sad when some people forget to be grateful for all of you, but especially when we see the ones who put in constant effort and ask for nothing else in return. So we love you very much, September Pooh. We love you. Oh, you usually are pretty quick, September. If you're around, you usually have it. The only person I like to have little races with now and again is Chris really, because Chris usually has them all. And it's like a little race between me and Chris if we can find not the regular little links, but the little odd ones that pop up here and there. And then I can swear at her usually whenever she beats me to the crunch. You know, it's a good time. I enjoy it. I'm easily pleased. What can I say? My standards are high. Right, let's have a wee look on the YouTube streets and see what is happening. Oh dear. So if anybody did watched the Tiffany Marie thing earlier, or even part of it. There was a section at which Jodie Sue's daughter came on to have a little rant at YouTubers. Strangely enough, apparently unplanned, apparently just spur of the moment, unprompted by any adult in her life, she decided that this was her moment. And while that's all very well and good, just as I would say to any of you guys, keep your minor children off the internet. Just keep them away, separate from all of this. Because people are crazy, yo. After all. And hi, Heidi, whoever little person you've made to watch this. Heidi, I hope that they record this bit in its entirety just for you, so you can go and make besties with Tiffany Marie. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you and her are best friends forever. But for anybody to put a child up there to say certain things, it's a bit inappropriate, in my personal opinion. Now, again, even if you want the what I would term maybe the other side of that story, is that there were a lot of things being bandied about. People were being told that certain people were saying things, certain people were involving the law, certain people were doing all the stuff and things. And if one thing being on this live section of YouTube has taught me is to take none of that for fucking granted, unless I have seen proof of it myself. Proof, verifiable proof. Not just this person sent me a screenshot of a chat on YouTube. But have most of you heard of a creator called Dynamite? We'll do the Ernie Shell thing. Stick a 1 in the chat if you have heard of Dynamite. Otherwise, I'll start singing to you. Stick a 2 in the chat if you're no longer listening to me, if you've lost the will to live, or if you've probably no idea what I'm talking about. Good. No. Adele, sit down. Sit down. If you're subscribed to Dynamite, or if you happen to be awake later on when they do their stream, please drop by. They're going to do a stream to respond to some of these things, because there was a whole lot of accusations that were being made. The reason I'm not speaking upon them is because I choose not to spread bullshit around the internet. I have no knowledge whether they are factually true or completely factually untrue. I have my opinion, but that is all. If you do get a chance, please swing by Dino Stream later. Tell them that Tangeray sent you nuds and that's why you're there. But more importantly, you'll be able to hear what they have to share. I think that would be interesting. Because I don't think, if any of you know what Tiffany Marie is like, she usually likes to set fire to something and then just walk away. I know I'm making that all very cryptic, but trust me, it will all become clear. These people are crazy, yo. So if you can, swing by Dino's, have a little look-see. It's not scheduled yet, otherwise I would drop the link. But please try and make the time if you can. And thank you very much, Superior Dreams and Uncle Amanda Pooh, for joining the Wee Pooh cult of love and happiness. If you just ignore Adele, she's standing outside with a protest sign throwing stale cupcakes at the door. There's nothing we can do about that. You just have to try and pretend like it's not happening. Now, we're getting close. Is Pooh going live in half an hour? September Pooh? Pooh, September Pooh. Is Pooh going live in half an hour? Ish. Yes. Excellent news. I have to check sometimes because of the time and date difference. I have learned that sometimes I may think a stream is going to be sooner than it actually is. And then I get myself all confuddled and haven't got a clue when somebody's going live and when they're not. I'm like, is it today? Is it tomorrow? And what we'll do is we'll hang on here for like another wee while until we see Pooh. Thank you, September Pooh, you little legend. See? Almost like you're psychic. Love it. Only better. Because you're not selling shit. Right? The Wee Pooh cult. I swear, when I was changing my name, I did consider it. And then I thought, I'm going to have to pop up on Griffey's stream as like the Wee Pooh cult. And it might give people the wrong impression. So I had to amend that plan for a little bit. For now. But I thought it would be funny. I was like, we could all have little roles in the cult. We could have a whole thing going on. We could have little meetings. I think it would be very on brand for the way we see YouTube going on. The other thing that you'll find tonight that you may, or I'm just going to have to be fair here in the interest of fairness, so don't shout at me, is that Purple is going live tonight with apparently a stream about shit. Not poo. She's not wanting to talk about poo. No. Apparently she wants to talk about shit. Now, to the more suspect and analytical mind, it may have to be up to the listener's discretion on whether she usually talks about shit, whether that just talking about shit for one night is an aberration. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe we can talk about that tomorrow or whatever. We'll soon find out. I'm sure it'll be a joy. So I'm glad. I'm always glad when Pooh goes live to do their streams. They always fill me with joy. I love to see other people happy. There needs to be more of that where we can just hang out. So it's kind of funny that Purple wants to talk about shit. Just saying. Just saying. And if you do feel compelled by whatever spirit to go in there and hang out, I would suggest maybe just not, possibly. Just my opinion. Right, you're going to be right hand woman, Lisa Jones of the Wee Pooh cult. You can administer the sample bottles to our new cult members. They will have a great time. Right, September Pooh? Everybody's just hanging out, just having a nice time. At most, people will say one or two sentences about something, and then they just let it go. Even if it's something that's really troubling them or annoying them or paying them, the amount of times I have gone to Pooh's channel and I have been furious. And look, you know me. You all know me. I can get a little bit cross. But hanging out in Pooh's chat is just a joy. Even if you can't chat. In fact, sometimes it's difficult to chat because you're trying to do all the dancey things, or you're listening to all the songs, or you're just staring like a goldfish at the screen, enjoying the pretty pictures. No matter what it is, it's a beautiful thing, and I am very grateful for it. Right, while we are waiting for that, let me see if it will let me play you this. This is a complete change of tone because there's no point. I'm trying to deliberately keep it light and easy tonight because I think that things are about to hit one of those little odd turns again where things get a bit strange. So we need to take our happier, chill moments where we can get them because, people are crazy, yo. They're crazy. Yes, superior dreams. We are best fiends. Best fiends on the YouTube streets. I'm gonna show you this little thing. Don't worry. If I was a dude and I said exactly that phrase, that would sound very, very odd. Might make you all a little bit uncomfortable. So don't worry. It'll be alright. What, the Best Fiends game? Do you play that Superior Dreams? There was me talking to you for like 5 minutes with the thing muted. So, what I was saying was, yes, the game is enjoyable. There are a lot of good little games like that. Another one is Match Masters. It's another one of those technically free to play games. Yes, you can add extra purchases if you wish to, but it's not a technical game. It's not overtly difficult. It doesn't have a ton of complicated rules or basic things to learn. It's so enjoyable. It's just a very good way of clearing your mind from the crazy. Hello, Carol Johnson. Hello, 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 love. As you will probably realize now, it's not Griffey for now. To bring you up to speed real quick, Griffey and Stella are having a lot of power outages because of the situation in South Africa. So for the foreseeable future, there has been a hostile takeover. So for now, there's going to be a whole lot of we everywhere until Griffey can return. And we're doing this with the aim of getting Griffey over the threshold so that she can be monetized at some point. Carol, so I know that was a whole lot of stuff, but that was just to bring you up to speed. So that's why I'm here. That's why everybody's having to listen to me, and that's why anybody's here, because we're all trying to just get Griffey over the edge of being able to do something with this YouTube stuff. So yes, that's why you're stuck with me. But we're happy to see you, Carol. How are you doing, lovely? And even though that you're late, you also have to get a hello. Right. Now, bear with me, because this is glorious. We'll not show the whole thing. We'll only show a couple of minutes of it. If you all take a wee second and click that link that was just up there in the chat, that'll take you to this video. Please, if you would like something that is just a total brain refresher, that is nothing other than cute, sweet amusement, please go and sub up to these guys. They are Sunflower Farm Creamery. And guess what, everybody? They have a whole lot of baby goats. And baby goats make my heart very happy. Chris, hello, lovely. Or to give you your full title, Chrissy Poo. Chris, you've just arrived in time to watch the baby goats. So we'll try a few minutes of this and hopefully it'll work. Hopefully. Look at them. Little sideways kick. Welcome, Sapphire Sky. Look at the baby goats. Look. They just appear from nowhere. Oh, they get on quite well with cats, Carol. Like most animals, it's just how you introduce them. Go wee vertical jump there. Tell me you're not smiling at the screen. If you aren't smiling at the screen, you've missed a whole lot. Because these are a joy. And they have so many videos. Right, Superior James? Total fail. Jump fail. It's the fact that they don't even know what they're doing when they're doing it. They're just like, I'll just go this way and see what happens. For no reason at all. Just bouncing about. Living their best life. Up onto the bales. Back down off the bales. They're all determined to get to the top. Just can't make it. Right? I'm sure, Amanda, these wee folks are a lot more graceful. No offense, I'm just telling it like it is. I love that wee one. His wee arse just comes into camera out of nowhere. Just hello, look at my arse. Black. Aren't they so cute? Tell me you don't want like 500 of the little goats now. Like a tiny goat army. We would never win a war through violence, but we would make everybody else laugh in the process. It would be amazing. His wee face. He's like, what are you looking at? Why are you staring at me? Oh, Mayday. There's our tiny goat army coming to get you. We're just going to snuffle you out of our country. We're just going to chase you at high speed.
Les Mills is up before the alarm, sweating out Saturday on Sunday. Les Mills is worth knowing.
Let's try again, because we, yet again, forgot to unmute her feckin' mic. Take number 48. If you enjoyed the baby goats, please go and check out Sunflower Farm Creamery. They are amazing. All the little goats. They show you them going out in the morning, having their little morning run. They show you them chasing each other. They have all the beautiful things. And even if you only have 5 minutes in your day, it's just such a nice change from the chaos that we see in the world in general, where it seems to be that everything is either sad or crazy or unfortunate, or everyone's fighting, or everybody's being mean, or terrible things are happening. You just look at these little baby goats and it gives you a whole new set of joy. Because even though we may not be able to individually jump around like the little goats, unless you're September with her, or sorry, Amanda. Sorry, September, I was about to slander you there. Unless you're Amanda with her bucket of Fireball. But the wee baby goats are beautiful. And they are not escaped. They are all happily safe on the farm. They are safe little farm goats, not escaped goats. Just cute little dancing goats, full of energy, and you can see how happy they are and how well cared for they are. It's adorable. Yeah, sorry about that, September. I nearly said all sorts of terrible things about you there, and you didn't even deserve it when really it was Amanda. There you go. Amanda Knox. Okie dokie. Well, you have 2 minutes. So again, September, if you would like to drop a link for your own channel, I mean Pooh's channel, that would be amazing if you could drop that again. That gives you exactly 2 minutes, everybody, to hop like a baby goat, either into your kitchen to get refreshments. I wouldn't recommend hopping back out of the kitchen with your refreshment. Please don't do that. It'll not work terribly well. You could try hopping to the bathroom, although for most of us who've either had babies or, have hit a certain age, hopping to the bathroom also not the best plan. So just be careful, what I'm saying there. Just act wisely. Pretend in your head that you're a little bouncing baby goat. How's that? That would be better. Just to avoid any unnecessary trips to the ER or casualty. Because, we don't have the insurance for that just yet. Right, superior dreams. Most of us are sort of saying a small prayer whenever we cough or sneeze, never mind bouncing our way from one end to the one room to another. We know that disaster would ensue. It would be terrible. Terrible. No, thank you very much, September. Okay, everybody, in an orderly fashion, if you would all like to see your way out, form a tiny little conga line behind September and march your way over baby goat styly into Pooh's chat, and we will have a nice little time over there. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. I really appreciate you all. And I'll see you over there. I love you all very, very much. Right, get out now. Go, little baby goats, go. Goodbye. Bye.